When we started ballooning, it was actually quite a painful experience because, well, firstly, we were inexperienced with the procedures and all. That was okay. But trying to get information on where to get the permission, that proved very difficult. Unfortunately, we met some people in various places who helped, and they asked us not to put these procedures out on the web. Everything is secret, so we're not really allowed to tell people how to go about getting the permissions. Perhaps they just don't want that many. They're worried about being swamped by requests. It's perhaps a fair thing. There are a lot of risks to the high altitude ballooning because we send up payloads. Maybe the payloads are 4 or 5 kg. And we're always worried that what if an airplane hits it on the way up or way down? Airplane go 5 kilometers maximum, but when we go up to 40 or 30 or 40, but still, as you go through that aircraft range, we're always worried. Then we're worried that when it comes down, these things do come down at fairly, even though we do have parachutes, they still come down at a fairly good speed. So again, we're always worried about it coming and hitting someone. So I think I'd be careful about the kinds of things that one launches. There are the smaller payloads, I think payloads under 1 kg. One can go to the DGCA website and look at these guidelines. But I think payloads under 1 kilogram don't need much permission. And so that would perhaps be, for students, I would perhaps recommend the smaller balloons, for which regulatory permission is very easy to get. I think all you have to do is go to the airport and just tell the airport you're launching. But please don't count on what I'm saying. Please look it up for yourselves. And then for that kind of balloon, the cost is actually very low. You can the balloon itself is a couple of thousand rupees. The gas. These days, helium gas is very difficult to get and very expensive. But hydrogen is probably safe enough. You can go just the gas you use for party balloons. That's good enough. And then build some small electronics so that you can track your balloon. There's a lot of resources available on the web, so they'll tell you what to do. Again, in India, we have some restrictions. We can't use satellite phones, for instance. But still, you can get a radio transceiver and use that. If you have a ham radio license. So it's not too difficult to do. What I would say is that you need to go through the procedures carefully, have a checklist, make sure you do everything on the checklist. If you do that, then I certainly don't think it's very difficult to do. I don't think it's very expensive to do. But please do go through the checklist and make sure that you don't endanger anyone, either with the hydrogen gas when you fill it, or with the payload when it actually does come down. So just make sure that you're safe.